we've got to go there and win one. I mean, that's that's the reality of it, and everyone's been in different situations before. Obviously, we've been on the other side of it last year against the same team, so know kind of what comes with that scenario. Now being on the other side of it too. So yeah, I think the reality is we just got to go there and win one and have our best game of the year.
What did you guys learn from last year being on the other side of it, and now I guess having the roles reversed?
Well, I think that being in this situation, you can't get caught looking too far ahead, no matter what side you're on. Whether you're on the side of them, obviously, they don't want to get caught looking ahead. But for us, we can't look at it as having to win 3 games to win the series. We've got to make sure that our mentality and focus is like I said, to go there and win one. And the great news for us is we don't have to change a whole lot. It's not like we have to scramble and make adjustments and do different things. We've done a lot of good things and just have to find a way to to get a win and get home.
Offense generally isn't easy to come by in the playoffs. You look around the league, guys like Stamkos, Ovechkin aren't getting many goals. Is there another level yourself or Gino can hit right now?
I think you're always looking for that in the playoffs. I mean, I don't think when you say is there another level, I mean, I don't really know how to answer that. I think you go out there every game in the playoffs, you leave it all out there. It's plain and simple. Everyone knows how important it is, and it's the best time of year to be playing. So I think everybody, including us, goes out there and does our best. And but yeah, I mean, with bigger games, you want to make sure you raise your level and find a way to help your team win, and that's exactly what we'll try to do.
Sid, is it encouraging because the games have been so tight, or is it kind of discouraging because you've been so close to maybe the script being flipped?
Well, I think that when we get a start like we did last night, for instance, and we're playing really good hockey, it's kind of a weird fluky goal. Puck kind of ends up on the back door, and those things. I think it's always tough in series. It's kind of the ups and downs of a game and of a series, but you really have to evaluate your game. That's why it's so important, based on that, not necessarily the score all the time, and whether that's 2-1 or 5-1. Like I said, we've done a lot of good things. So I think regardless of the score, doesn't make it easy when you don't find a way to win. But I think it's encouraging that some of the things we've been doing have put us in pretty good positions to win hockey games. It's a matter of getting that last one.
So you guys have been a different defensive team this year. It seems like the way you've played all year, the way Mike's system. Is there any need, you think, to open it up a bit, given the situation down 3-1 and knowing that you haven't been able to get that next goal? I mean, specifically when you take a lead, being able to try to put them a little more behind the 8 ball?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think that's a result of our defensive game or trying to sit back or anything like that. I think our defensive game should allow us to have the puck more, and when you're talking about leads and trying to build on them, I think there's a number of things that we can look to specifically that should help us there. I mean, our power play's got to find a way, if we get a lead, to get that next one. I think you look at last game, it would have helped a lot to get that next one in power play. And puck possession, though, I think when you do have a lead, you don't want to just give it away, and I don't think that's anything to do with our defensive play. I think sometimes it's just making sure that you take that extra second to make a play that's going to help the next guy get possession of the puck.
Sid, Gino said the other day that he's playing at about 85 to 90%. How big is it, even though he hasn't scored, for the guys just to see a guy like him fighting through whatever he's dealing with?
Yeah, I mean, that's part of the playoffs. I mean, that's what you see around the league, and this time of year it's not easy. Everyone's battling through stuff, and especially him. He gets a lot of attention out there, so for him to have to battle through that, I think is important. But we're all in it together. We're all trying our best to create things, and he's the same.
Sid, you dealt with that last year with the wrist, dealing with it. I know that you guys made some adjustments. You switched your lines. I think you and Gino played a lot together. Does that help when you're in your position, counted on to score, to give somebody else a look that's maybe a little more offensive-minded because the injury might be limiting you in a way?
Yeah, I think it really depends on the situation. I think, it's really kind of whatever means you have to do at that point to help the team. And I'm sure coaches are always looking at stuff game to game, but I think as a player, yeah, I mean that doesn't hurt, that's for sure.
So you mentioned the power play. You guys did so many good things in it last night, but just didn't get it going. What do you have to do, to get that goal on the advantage?
Well, I think that they're a pretty aggressive penalty kill, so we really have to make sure we execute. So whether that's making a couple good passes to give ourselves, whether it's an open shot or an open pass to get a good look. I mean, sometimes it's keeping it simple, but I think in the case of last night, we've got to make a couple plays in a row that allow us to really settle things down, not allow them to pressure too much.